say to you, I cannot wait to see you. You are the treasure I've been waiting for. Do you know how much I really need you? I don't care for the day when I will finally meet you. You don't say every day I pray for you. Oh, in my heart
I guess everyone that knows me knows I'm obsessed with this song. It's me right there with Juju Ken.
Cause now you are true, so I am family, I sing for you when I be like Juju Ken. Baby, now you are gonna be gone. I am family, what do we know? See, I know you don't think the world to you, but I'll give you what I have. Don't tell me, you are my angel, cause you are like me. Show you nothing. Every day I pray for you. Oh, in my heart, so there's a permanent place for you.
Just my sexy you.
Cause now you are true, so I am very young. I sing for you when I be like you. Baby, now you are gonna be gone. I am very young. Only for you in a be like I sing for you, my baby,
Let's see now, boo. Let's start it again. Let's start it again. Let's start it again. Let's start it again. Simi's Do the Guest song is becoming my all-time favorite. Welcome everyone. We are going to be hosting Naomi Osemejua today. The Sparkle Queen herself is my special guest on the show today, and we'll be having a conversation with her. It's going to be really rich, I believe so. And of course, we have some special giveaways. Should I add as usual? But definitely there's going to be some special giveaways. Go tell your brother, tell your sister, tell everyone that we're live, and we will start this conversation shortly, right? It is going to be super exciting. The topic today is get seen, get heard, and get paid. Okay? The thing about speaking in public, sometimes we are like, oh, I cannot stand, I'm afraid of the crowd, I don't even know what to say, I don't know how to compose myself. Some of us have so much potential, but we cannot communicate that potential that we have, the potential that's supposed to give us money, we can't communicate it, and that's a big problem sometimes. And so we're going to try and see how we can put that ginger. Hello Naomi, I see you. I guess it's here already. Yeah. I think we should get started already while others join us. There's no need to wait. Yes. Requesting her already. The Queen Rita Show live Instagram chat. Said it earlier. My guest is the Sparkle Queen herself. Hey girl.
Hi.
It's so good to see you, Naomi. Good evening.
Yes, it's good to be here. What a day. It's been a long day.
I'm just going to start by saying thank you. I mean, like, when you said, how did I say yes? That's how favor works. You're like committed already. Sorry, there's nothing you can do about it, but thank you for honoring this invite. Truly appreciate it, honestly. I mean, like, you've been online for how many hours today?
3 hours.
3
hours.
Wow. Okay, everyone, let's get going. Naomi's here, and of course, I said, get in. What's that? Get in, get heard, and get paid. Okay, let's start from the basis. But first, thank you once again. I can't thank you enough, right? Thank you for being here. Let's start from the basis. For those who don't know, there are a few people online who have not heard your name before. Very few.
Very
Very
true.
few
No,
people
looks
who
a
I
lot.
believe are on
Looks a lot.
Instagram yeah, who don't know who the Sparkle Queen is. But let's just do the honors and say, let's meet you. Who is Naomi Osemedua?
Okay, so thank you so much, Rita, for having me. Hello, everyone. I love to know where people are joining us from around the world. So please go right ahead and let me know where you are in the world. So my name is Naomi Osemedua. I'm a mindset coach and a brand visibility strategist. And basically, I teach people how to leverage live streaming platforms so they can go from the backstage to the center stage. So, hi, Bumi from Lagos. Bumi and I were on the same panel a few hours ago. So nice.
Oh, great. Bumi,
Yes,
thank you
and
so much.
she's amazing. Like she's a powerhouse.
Oh
And
my
we
goodness.
after my session. Yes, I see a lot of Lagos people here. So I'm a brand visibility strategist, and I am so passionate about helping business owners get seen and heard. And this is why there's so many people doing amazing stuff. But the truth is
Mhm.
they're not visible. And so because of that, it is as though they don't exist. And it's almost
Right.
as though, you light a candle and you put it, underneath a table. Whatever light that
Mhm.
candle was meant to bring to the room, it is not able to do that because it is hidden. And that is
It will
exactly what
it
it's
will
like.
actually go off.
Yeah, exactly. You can go off. Exactly. So that's what it's like for a lot of business owners. They're just not being seen. They're not being heard. And so that's what I do best. I help them get out there. I have a famous quote that says, why be local when you can be global? So I'm not even just big about you getting out. I'm big about you getting out beyond your local community to the global market because there is so much that the world needs from you. And so you're not doing us any good trying to play small or trying to be a local champion. No, my darling. No.
So why be local when you can go global? Let me tell you my first encounter with you. I think it was your She African Forum appearance,
Chief
and
Forum.
I cried actually. Yeah, She Forum. Yes, Ini. That's a mutual friend we have. I
Yeah.
literally cried when I saw that because I wasn't in the country then, so I couldn't attend it. So when I came back, I took time to go through. I'm like, what? And the story was powerful, yes, but the delivery was soaking.
Thank you.
And I said, my goodness, really? So I'm going to ask you this question. Tell us about your career progression because you didn't just start here, right? There is a history behind Naomi. Where did you decide this is what I want to do? What was that propelling force that got you started?
Well, there's so many, like my journey has been quite amazing. I've gone through a series of experiences and dramatic moments. But let's
Hmm.
start from, when I started online, which was 5 years ago, October
Yeah.
11th, 2015. I was nursing my son, Samuel. This was my
Mhm.
third child after 12 years of not having a baby. So for those of you,
Wow.
yeah, so that period where I ran away from home and, became a single mom and getting married again, there was a 12-year gap. And so by the time I had Samuel in 2015, it was like 12 years after I had my last baby. And so there
I
was,
can't imagine. I can't imagine having a baby now.
so there
I
was
know, right?
that need for me to really understand my body and just understand everything. And so I was at home when I discovered the platform called Periscope. And
Okay.
I was not always on social media. Well, I was there, but I didn't understand what social media could do for me. But I got intrigued with the touch of a button. Now, this was when there was no Facebook Live or Instagram Live, and it was new. I mean, people used to wonder because I would hold my phone and I would be talking, and it would be like, who is she talking to? Is she okay? And a friend of mine, a neighbor of mine, actually even complained about my videos disturbing her timeline because on Periscope there was an app called Catch, and Catch would share my live streams on my Facebook timeline, but it just bothered her. Again, this was not
Wow.
when videos, right? So it was like,
Mm-hmm.
why are you always popping up? Why are you always popping up on my feed? And it hurt. It really hurt because I wasn't even monetizing. I just knew there was something here. And this is for someone watching right now, I feel it so strongly. Like you're building your business and you're doing stuff, but it's like, people don't get it and people don't understand why you're
Mm-hmm.
doing what you're doing. And I just want to encourage someone who's watching me right now, to not give up. Today is Small Business Saturday. And the truth is, every big business out there, every great
Was
business
one small.
started small. And people need to understand that. You have to, you cannot ignore the days of small beginnings. I look
Mm-hmm.
back, I'm like, when did we get to 5 years? Like on our 5th year anniversary, we celebrated on the billboards at New York Times Square. The billboard
Wow.
York Times Square. But 5 years ago, I started right here with my smartphone, with just this. I didn't know what else was ahead of me, right? So it's important that if you're listening to me today, whether live or on the replay, that you do not lose heart, that you do not give up, that you do not listen to the naysayers. A lot of times people are not willing to do the things you're doing, and so they will try to discourage you. They will try to remind you of how you keep trying and how you keep failing. And so you would want to give up, but no, don't give up. Keep showing up just one day at a time. It's almost amazing. I'm like, 5 years? It looks like I just
Mm-hmm.
started, but here we
And,
are.
and and looking at your story now, Naomi, I mean, coming from abuse and being a stay-at-home mom, it's like you literally failed forward.
Absolutely. And it's because, and I've been saying this word lately, and I think it's important that people know that we have a role to play. Because, life
Mm-hmm.
happens, you know, life happens. Things that we don't expect will happen. I didn't expect to be divorced at 31 and to be a single mom. I didn't expect that I would be a victim of domestic abuse. But you know what? It happened. And then I had that moment of decision where it was, do I stay in that place of anger, bitterness, unforgiveness, or do I, receive the gift of forgiveness by first of all forgiving myself and everyone that
Right.
had, and now consciously stepping into that place of purpose and just trusting God, to take everything that I have been through and use it for his glory. I believe that God can take anything. God can take, like he's that powerful. And if he did it for me, then he can do it for anyone. So I don't
Truly.
see failure the way people see failure. One of the speakers today, I think it was Jibs, amazing woman in Canada, a cancer woman in Canada, and she was talking about, everything in life is perspective. It's perspective,
Right.
being able to look at where you are now and see the perspective, because sometimes we could just be in that place where we're like, oh, nothing is working. I started feeling that way today about something I'm currently doing, and I had to snap out of it. I'm like, no, Naomi, yes, it might not be working this way, but you need to sit down and check because there are things that are working. Because a lot of times we're just like, well,
Yeah.
this is what I wanted. So what happens if you don't get what you want? It doesn't take away the fact that God is still God and he's still good and he can be
And,
trusted.
and, and besides that, one thing I can tell you for free is one thing that is working and will keep working is the fact that there are thousands and millions, possibly, of women who look at you, Naomi, who hear your story, who go through your page, and they just feel like, yes, I can. And that's huge. To be
Yeah.
able to have that kind of impact on people is
Mhm.
huge, and you cannot, it's amazing, and you cannot underplay that. I need to tell you that before we move forward. You always talk about the place of purpose and potentials, right? So getting seen is you have a potential, and you get seen, and sometimes maybe not heard. And people are afraid sometimes even speak the potential that they have. How do you come out of that place of, I can do it, but how do I make them understand that I can do it, that I really am capable of
Yeah.
delivering this service or this product or whatever it is you have?
So the first thing is definitely mindset. I mean, it starts with how you think of yourself, because when I started, I remember the first time someone asked me about my service, like what, because I didn't think it was going to be a business. This was never
Mm-hmm.
a plan. Like I didn't start this whole thing having a plan that I was going to monetize and, build this, global business that I have now. There was no plan. And when the time came for someone to ask about my service, I remember how scared I was to even call the amount. And I finally muttered the courage to say, it's $30. Then the dollar to naira was about maybe 150, and she lived in the US. And so that would
Yeah,
have been about 5,000 naira. It was
yeah,
heavy for me to say. But you see, I have grown, I have evolved over the years. I have invested in coaching, I have traveled the world, I've attended conferences, and I have built capacity. And in building capacity,
exactly.
it's given me the boldness and greater confidence. And of course, even my walk with God has gotten me to that level where I don't see impossibilities. Like I just want to take over the world. You can see right here, like this is so dear to my heart. That's the world map. That's the world
Okay.
map. Like it's ever before me because I understand from scriptures that I am the light of the world. I am the salt of the earth. I'm a city set upon the hill that cannot be hidden. And
Mm,
I love the scripture in Psalms that talks about ask of me and I will give you the nations as your inheritance. Ask
wow.
of me. And so I'm all about, what, God, give me the nations. Give me the nations. So there is that boldness of, being in that place of knowing who I am. And so for a business owner who's struggling with, how am I going to get out there? How am I going to get people to believe in my work? It starts with you. You have to know your worth. You have to know who you are. You have to build confidence in just knowing that, look, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah,
Because if you don't even believe that you're good, trust me,
mhm.
people are going to smell it and they're not even going to touch anything that you have to offer. In the last 5 years, I went from being scared to charge $30 to now being in a place where I have clients paying me as high as $7,500 to work with me. $30
Wow.
to $7,500. And if you heard,
Wow.
I want you to put that in the comment. $7,500 in 5 years.
Wow.
In 5 years. And sometimes when I see the profile, like when I read the profile of some of my
Mm.
clients, it's like, what? Like, what are they looking for? And I always ask because I thank you, Dr. Yewande. She said, I heard you. Yeah, I
Hey,
mean,
Wendy, how are you?
I mean, it's phenomenal because sometimes really I have to like psych myself when I see the profiles of my clients. I'm like, surely, what are they looking for? But then I understand because I know who I am. And some of them would say, you know what? I'm here for the sparkle effect. I'm here because I want to sparkle my world. So that's actually a thing now, the sparkle effect. And I plan to do a series in the new year about that sparkle effect, just
Right.
interviewing all the clients that have worked with me from around the world, really to just talk about the experience. Because sometimes when they describe it, I'm like, did we do that? But I trust, the ministry of the Holy Spirit. So I'm a believer and I do make a lot of reference, to God because my journey is not complete without Him. I can't
Yeah,
be here and
I
talk
can
about
relate.
this stuff,
I can
without,
relate totally.
I can't take, because look, you see that whole sparkle effect. If you take away God, there
It's
is no
God
effect.
sent.
There
It's
is no
God
effect.
sent. I'm,
There is no
I'm
effect.
gonna keep trying to. I'm gonna keep trying to draw from your past, Naomi, because I want us to be able to impact on women, and most of them, in this case, could be people who are in a place where you were, don't forget, this is like 16 days of activism talking about domestic violence. So we do
Yes.
have a lot of women who are probably going through stuff. Some maybe not going through domestic violence, but they're just home doing nothing. And then they're wondering, what tip can you give to them to say you can move from being this stay-at-home person or this abused person? You can pick yourself up and actually become a global citizen. What specific tips will you give to people like that?
So first thing I want to say is, again, back to mindset, really believing that you're good enough. A lot of women don't feel they're good enough. A lot of women, they don't feel
Let's
they're
say
good.
that you are good enough.
Yeah. They don't feel they're good enough. They want to complain like, oh, I'm not pretty enough. Oh, I don't have enough clothes. Oh, I don't have an accent. Oh, I don't have, good hair. They just put up all of these excuses. Oh, I don't have capital. They just keep thinking of I don't, I don't, I don't, I don't.
Mm,
Newsflash, you are good enough. You are perfect where
yeah.
you are right now. And I've had clients come to me and say, but I'm not there yet. And this is what I say, and this would help someone. I say this, even if you feel you are at level 3, let's even say level 2, there are people who are at level 1. There are people who are at level -5. There are people who are at level -10. And so you at level 2, you
Yeah.
serve them. So you must understand that you are good enough, like you carry so much potential, right? That's the
Wow.
first thing. The second thing is the fact that you have to identify what
Mm,
you in your hands. And I shared this earlier on in the panel session that I was a part of, because there were like 3 different accounts in the Bible. Moses was one of them. When God called him,
mhm.
he felt like, you know what, I stammer, God, I can't do this. Take someone else. And God said to him, what do you have in your hand? And
All
if you
right.
know the story, that rod was a mighty tool of deliverance. I mean, when the
Yes.
needed to part, that rod, I mean, come on now. Second story, there was a widow. Her husband died, and the people he was owing came for her, and they wanted to take his sons, her
Mm-hmm.
son rather, as slaves. And when the prophet came and asked her, she was like, nothing except this little oil, this little jar of oil.
It's
That's
like,
what she
poor.
thought she had. But it was enough. It was enough. And then let's go back to the third example, the gathering where Jesus was teaching, and then
Mm,
it got late, and they wanted to, the disciples were like, let's send them away, let's send them away. And Jesus was like, no, they have to eat. And he's asking, what is available?
what do you
And they
have?
were like, well, just, there's just a little guy who has, 5 fishes and 3 loaves of bread. And Jesus said, give them to me. And so right now, I really feel that we are at that place where a lot of women need to get to just a place of surrender to say, you know what, God, this is what I have. I just know how to make hair, or I just know how to bake cakes, or I just know how to raise children, or I just know how to, handle relationships. People need to get to that place of knowing that it's enough what they've got in their hands. What I had, what I
Right.
wanted was just my smartphone. It was just my smartphone and internet connection. There was no fancy lights. It was up to a year
Mm-mm.
before I got, like, this lights I'm using now. I got them just last year when I traveled, because I used to do a lot of day sessions, and I knew that during the day all I needed to do was be in front of
Was
any
open your
window,
window.
and I would have great sunlight on my skin, right?
Yeah.
Even the microphone, I barely use it. So it's not even the fancy stuff that people think, oh, I have to set up a studio. If you feel you don't have
Yeah.
a great background, find a piece of cloth and just hang it where you're going to be, so that, when we look at your video, we look at something really pretty. When I started, it was a small corner of
Wow.
our home, a small corner. People still remember there was a fan that would be blowing as I'm live. From that small corner, I got to be on the Guardian cover. From that small corner, I wrote my first book that became an Amazon bestseller. From that
I
small
see
corner,
it, girl.
from that small corner, from that small corner, I got invited to speak at my very first TEDx event. So what do you have in your hand? What can you do? You can do something. And another thing I also feel very strongly led to share is people need to be very conscious of the people in their circle. And I've been saying,
Okay.
who is in your circle? Who has
Hmm.
access, to your ears? Because if you surround yourself with people who are not ready to step into the next level, they are going to keep pulling you down. I am
Hmm.
so blessed with a circle of amazing women that even when they do great stuff and we gather to celebrate, we're discussing the next project. There is no
Wow.
air of, hey, calm down, calm down. Like
Hmm.
we're discussing the next
What's
project
next?
because we understand that we ain't got time to waste. Now people feel there's time. For me, I operate with a sense of urgency, a sense
Hmm.
of urgency. I turned 42 in August, and there are things I'm like, man, if I knew this at the age of 20. So I don't feel like I have any time to waste. And so I have no time for petty drama. I have no time
Mhm.
for, gossip. No, no, no. No, no, no. Not today. Not this space. And I protect my space. I am so jealous with my space. Like,
Hmm.
it's so, like, I know a lot of people, my work puts me out there, but there are very few people that can come into that space. Because you see that space, the energy has
Mhm.
to feel right. Everything has to feel right. You have to
Right.
be mission so that when we come together, what collides, even the heavens know that destinies just collided. No time to waste. No time to waste. Absolutely. No time to waste.
3 years, she said, you are know that you are good enough, right? She said, know that you are good enough.
I'm so
Identify
sorry.
what you have.
Sorry, I just had my kids coming, so I'm a little
No, it's
distracted.
fine. It's fine.
Look good. Nice haircut. Uh, sorry, I'm so sorry. My
It's
puppy
okay.
kids they came in to storm my kingdom. Bye. Go. Mommy's live. All right, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah. So you were asking
So
something.
I was just trying to recap. I say you've told us three key things that we should look out for, especially as a woman, whether you're home, whether you've been abused, or you're just not working. I put that in parentheses because this not working is a lot of work sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to be sure, know that you are good enough, you said. What do you have in your hands? You cook
Mm-hmm.
at home. That is something in your hands. You
Yes.
can bake. That is some. I did bake before I started working. I remember doing one or two birthday cakes. Even when I started working, I used to make cakes for my colleagues. I had to stop at some point because of the schedule that I had, right? And then you said, be conscious of the circle. A lot of people have been reacting to that. Like, that circle thing is very, very important. Like, you cannot
It is.
overemphasize
It is.
that.
It is. It is. Because truth is, you know those people. You know those people
Mhm.
that before you open your mouth to say, there's this idea, they're like, you've started. You've started. You
Mm,
and all your ideas. And
mm,
you shrink back. You understand? Tomorrow you're trying to do something, they're like, you went live. You have joined them,
mm,
and then you shrink back because you people grew up together, right? You went to primary school together. You've been family friends for 25 years. And so you
mm,
don't understand that these people are dream killers. Like, I'm
mm.
not even telling you to, quarrel with anybody. But I'm telling you that on this journey called life, you ain't got time to waste. And if there are
Wow.
people who are not ready to live life to the fullest, then they do not need to be in your space. Exactly. Guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. It's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of work to show up every day to inspire my community. It is a lot of
True.
work. Anything that goes on my page, there's the brain work. Like, as I'm here, I'm
Oh
already
my goodness.
I'm
2 days ago,
updating
I
my.
said my head is on fire. I just need to.
Do you understand? It's a lot of work. And so any sort of negative drama, Not today,
No,
right? So
not today.
bottom line, you've got to be intentional about your circle. Again, there are people who have what is now termed the grasshopper mentality. And
Hmm.
you gotta be careful about this because people who have a grasshopper mentality, this is the problem. They will interpret your dream based on how they see themselves. And so a lot
Ah.
when you go running around and sharing your dreams with people who have a grasshopper mentality, because they're afraid to dream big, because they're afraid to make moves, the moment you share your dream with them, they will interpret it the way they interpret their dreams. And so they will do anything and say anything to make sure that you don't move. And so you want to ask yourself, who are the people I have around me? Who are the people in my circle? Who are the
Hmm.
people who are the people I have been sharing my dreams with? Because look, they're dream killers. And really, my life mission is to die empty.
Ah.
Meaning every day I wake up, I am intentional about showing up.
Hmm.
This is the road to dying empty. That I can be on a 3 hour panel session and still come here and show up.
Yeah,
And as soon
I
as
mean, that was
I'm done,
like 20 minutes ago you finished that, or
as soon
less.
as I'm done, I'm going live on my page because I was meant to go live since 1 p.m. But there was a lot of
Oh,
work before that session, and I finished just in time to jump into that panel and just in time to jump into your session.
oh my
Gisela says
goodness.
to the left, all you grasshoppers. Absolutely, to the left, like no room for traffic. You know, we can. Oh wow, Dr. Yewande was there as well. You know, so this is the road to dying empty. I was once interviewed and I was asked a question, a very important question, and that is, you know, how do you measure success? How do you know if you're successful? And I thought
Hmm.
really long and hard, and I believe that this was God inspired, and it brought me so much joy, and that's why I will keep showing up. And I literally came to that place where I realized that on the road to dying empty, as long as I'm showing up to bless the world with the gift, bless the world with the gift of me, whether through my
Hmm.
writing, through live sessions, through my blog, through my mailing letters, my podcast, whatever it is that I put out there, I am truly successful every day I wake up. So success for me is not when it's 1 million followers. It's not when I am able to, you know, stay in a 7 star hotel or buy the private jet. Every day I
Hmm.
wake up to show up. Every day I wake up to put out a piece of
That's
content.
success right there.
That's success. And
That's
so that
success right there.
is so powerful. And that's
Hmm.
why I celebrate everything. People who have followed my journey know we just hit 25,000 followers.
I
That
saw that, girl.
that is a celebration, right? I don't need to wait till we're 1 million. That is a
Yeah.
celebration. You know that I built this from scratch and
Hmm.
25,000 humans are showing up and following my work and getting blessed and inspired by my journey. That is worthy of celebration.
You
So,
know, you have
yeah.
a, yes, you have a special package out. We're going to talk about it before we're done today. But one of the things I found attractive, which I've subscribed to, by the way, y'all. One of the things I found it interesting that you said, how to get people to buy into what you do, no matter the number of followers you have. It came to my mind now because you just spoke about followers, right? That doesn't really, you don't need to have like 1,000 million followers before you can actually get people to buy into what you do. So let's talk about branding with that intention of getting people to buy.
So that is so powerful because really, when we talk about getting seen and getting heard and cashing in, you must understand that you cannot start by trying to speak to everybody. And I want you guys to put this
Hey.
down in the comments. Trying to speak to everybody is you speaking to nobody. And so you must understand what I teach as the 3 P's. The first P, who is your person? Who are you here for? And a lot of people will say, Naomi, but you know, if I narrow it down too much, what about the other people? Don't worry about the
Hmm.
other. Because when you are so clear on who you are here to serve, you are so attractive. People don't know you are so attractive that everyone keeps coming for you. And of course, when they come, you will serve them, but you are clear about your person. Let me tell you why you must be clear about your person. Because when it comes to the second P, which is the pain point of your person, when you don't have clarity for the first P, you will struggle with the second P, which is the pain. So for instance, if I ask someone and they say, I work with women, I'm like, okay, you work with women, that's fine. Now tell me the pain points of your women. Now this is where a lot of people get stuck, because let me tell you, as a stay-at-home mom, my pain points are different from a career mom, a mom who has to wake up very early, worry about leaving her kids with the maid or, you know, total strangers because she has to be at work. Her pain point is different because she's coming back from work. She's thinking about sorting out dinner, doing homework, and sometimes maybe getting home as the kids have gone to bed. She's trying to balance her life. She's trying to know how to be a mom, how to be an executive. Her pain point is different from mine. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm just trying to know how to get them out of my way so I can work. Simple, same women, but because of what we do, our pain points are different. As a business owner, you must understand that you have to be specific about who your people are. So if
customer avatar or target audience, if you like.
Pardon?
I say your customer avatar or target audience specific, right?
It must be clear. When I started teaching and people would come and say, you know, come and speak to my audience, and I'm like, what's my topic? And they would tell me social media. I'm like, no. I was smart enough to know that I didn't want to be known for everything. I wanted to be known for something. And the one thing that I had proved, and I was, you know, I had the results to show, was live videos. And so I would say, could you change the topic? Let me come to your people and speak about how they can use live videos for business, because that is my message. The people who are looking for visibility are my people. And so today, when I'm asked who I'm here to serve and what I do, I serve impact-driven entrepreneurs who are struggling to be seen and heard. I help them overcome mindset blocks. So these are the pain points of my people. They're dealing with mindset blocks. They think they can't be seen. They think everybody's showing up. And so who are they to show up? Who's going to listen to them? I help them gain clarity on their brand message. I help them identify who their person is, what their pain points are. And the third P is the pleasure that they have to offer. That's what I do for my clients. And then I take them to the next level of not just, you know, being local, but global. So you must know who your person is, you must know their pain points, and you must know the pleasure that you offer your people. My pleasure is to help them go from backstage to center stage so they can sparkle the world like only they can. That is my pleasure. So if I were to ask you now, who is your person? What are their pain points? And what is the pleasure that you have to offer? These are key things when it comes to creating content and building your brand. You have to be clear. You have to be clear on your value proposition. You must know what your secret sauce is. Stop copying everybody. So people come, no, the pain point, not the pain point, the pain that they feel. Yeah. So the person and the pain points. So the
pain points.
The pain, yes, the pain.
Okay.
What is keeping them up at night?
So your motive is to take that pain away, to solve that problem. Oh,
absolutely.
Great.
Absolutely. So it's the person, the pain point, and then your pleasure. Your pleasure is the solution that you're bringing to take away the pain. Because there are people who are losing sleep every night looking for solutions. But guess what, darling? You carry the solutions, but they just can't see you. They can't hear you because you're shy, because you're afraid to show up. You're wondering what people will say. You're wondering what will happen if you make a mistake when you go live. Really?
Do it again.
Really?
Really? Tell me, Naomi, how did you using, you said when you started, there wasn't Facebook, there wasn't Instagram, there wasn't
Yeah.
Twitter, you had Periscope. Yet
Mm.
you were able to engage and get on the international platform to build your brand. How's that possible?
So that's so powerful, yeah, because I started as a stay-at-home mom 5 years ago, and I said at the beginning that for our 50th anniversary, we were on the billboards at Times Square, New York. Now, how did I go from this to that? First
Yeah.
thing, consistency. And if you're still here, I want you to type that in the comments. Consistency. A lot of people give up too soon. So they go live and then two people show up and they're like, I'm not doing again. Only two people came.
Mm.
Start, you create content, and at the end of the day, you had maybe 2 likes. And you're like, after I took 1 hour
All
to
the
draft this,
stress.
only two people. Consistency, consistency, consistency. Showing up and giving value. The next thing I want you to put in the comment is value.
Hmm.
Value, value. Give people value. And when you know their pain points, you cannot help but give value. How do you give value?
An
Solve
appropriate value too.
appropriate value, solve problems, solve essential problems. Find out what is keeping people up at night. Find out what is keeping your people up at night and give them value. Give them value. Let me tell you the truth about money, because the topic of this segment is, get seen, get heard, and
Get
cash in.
paid.
Get paid.
Yeah.
When you give people value, let me tell you, money, you don't have a money problem. You don't have a money
Hmm.
problem. You just have not identified the problems that will give you money. You don't have a money
Hmm.
problem. And I want you to put that in the comment. I don't have a money problem. If you're here and
Wow.
you think there's a money problem, the economy, COVID, it's not COVID. It's not
Hmm.
COVID. Don't
Hmm.
don't COVID. COVID is not your problem. You don't
Wow.
have a problem. You don't have a COVID problem. You don't have a pandemic problem. You just look, Dr. Miles Monroe, he mentored me before he passed away. There's something he used
Hmm.
to say, especially when the third world countries are, looking for solution from the first world countries. He's
Yeah.
like, oh my goodness, if only they could see that the
What they
problems
have.
is something that should get them excited. Find out the people who solve problems are the ones that are earning. Someone came up with pure water. Someone came up
Hmm.
with the whole recharge card thing. Do you understand? We have
Yeah.
to get to that place of identifying problems. We have to get to that place where we get excited. We have to get excited about problems. We
Hmm.
have to get excited about problems. I'm excited when I see that people are struggling with visibility. I'm excited when people are like, I'm afraid to go live. And we do a lot of surveys. And I go on platforms and I'm asking, do you go live? And I'm seeing people saying, I've never thought about it. I get excited because I'm like, oh, look at my people. Oh my God, look at they're right there. Look at my people. They're right there. And so I make sure that I offer them the solution. I make them see that they have so much to offer. And if I can help them be seen and heard on the global stages, then absolutely money is going to come. Let me tell you the truth, sis. 95 to 99% of all my gigs around the world in the last 3 years, I've spoken on 4 continents. I'm still a stay-at-home mom.
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
a stay-at-home mom. This is
Indeed.
this
We
is
are removing that
downstairs.
tag, Naomi. It's not working. Which can stay at home, mom?
I'm a, I'm a stay-at-home mom with a sauce. I'm a stay-at-home mom with a sauce. I'm telling you. I have clients in over 20 countries and counting.
Wow.
Phenomenal. Australia, New Zealand. The only continent now is Antarctica because nobody lives there. I've got clients all over the world, and I'm working from the comfort of my home. Why? Because I'm solving problems. When I
That's
got in,
amazing.
when I got invited, thank you, sis. When I got invited to speak in India last year, it was Instagram Live. Go
Wow.
go check my IGTV channel. You will see because I filmed the session in New Delhi. I filmed it. I asked Niharika because she sent me a message. telling me about, giving me the invitation to come and speak at the Women Economic Forum. I picked up my first international award all the way in India. She found me on Instagram Live. Instagram Live.
Wow.
At home mom.
Wow.
At home mom. Somebody saying I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Okay, who is an entrepreneur? But let's add that part, because sometimes people feel, they like, especially mothers, there's that feeling of guilt, like, oh, my mates are going to work, my mates are
Yes.
9 to 5, my mates have shops and fancy stores. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Yeah, but this is where I'm running my show.
Now that shows a big gig, Naomi. It is indeed a big gig. And in that space, you also find time to do some philanthropy.
Oh yes. Oh
Talk
yes.
to us about that.
Oh, this one is really, like, it's one of my biggest, proud moments of 2020, because we started this. I call it my COVID-19 miracle, because we moved home this year, and immediately after we moved home, in 2 days, I was off to speak. I was off to speak in Egypt, right? So this year, the Women Economic Forum happened in Egypt, right, in Cairo. So I just got back, and then COVID happened. Thank God, because I would have been
You
stuck
would have
in
been
Egypt.
stuck there.
So we just got back, and then COVID happened. So I really, I was online and I saw a video. You see this thing about visibility. It is so important, because this nonprofit, they shared a video of a lady dancing. Dun, 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 and I was just intrigued. So I called Raquel, who posted the video, and she was like, oh, they have this outreach. They're giving widows, grocery packs, because a lot of them do menial jobs. And with the lockdown, they will not be able to make those daily money. So I felt like, oh, I want to help, right? And I felt, okay, I have a boot camp. And I believe it was really God just laid it in my heart to say, okay, why don't you take 10%? And this is why it's so important for you to, just take action. Sometimes we wait for perfection. Let me just say that there will never be a perfect time for you to start that business. There will never be a perfect time for you to start that foundation, for you to start writing that book, for you to launch that course. There will never be a perfect time for you to go live. You want to do something, just do it. Nike, just do it. Just get out there. Even if you fail, pick yourself up. If you feel you don't want to fail, then have somebody hold your hands. Have someone hold your hands on the journey. There are coaches out there. There are mentors out there. Okay? So let me go back to Hajara's purse. So I said, fine. I was having a boot camp teaching people how to be visible during COVID.
Yeah.
And it was 5,000 naira. So I was like, okay, we're going to take 500 naira, and we're going to, everybody who pays 5%, 10% comes out. And that was it. Do you know, in the last 7 months, from 500 naira, we have given back over $27,000. If you heard me, I want you to put $27,000 in the comments. Yes, it's probably more. And I'm going to get the accountants to really give me this figure.
At least $27,000. Guys, you know how much dollars is now? Not naira.
Yes.
Wow.
We started 500 naira. So up until November 1st, it was 10%. So what is Hajara's purse? So let me even go back quickly, because the name was not existing. When I started removing, when I started removing the 500 naira, there was no name. There was no name for this COVID-19 miracle. And after a few days, I mean, I kept promoting. My friends were supporting, sending money. I called Raquel again, and I said, tell me about this woman. And then she says to me, her name is Hajara. And that food, she had nothing. They were just about to go and buy kunu, 100 naira kunu, for all of them to drink and then go to sleep. They had not eaten all day. So that dance was joy of, oh my God,
I
look at,
saw that. I saw the video that you posted.
yes,
I'm like, wow. And then you made
yes.
this cartoon emoji out of it.
Oh my God, we have immortalized Hajara. So she tells me her name is Hajara and tells me how her mom found her and all of that. I end that phone call, Rita. I go into the bathroom and I just heard Hajara's purse. And
Oh,
I'm like,
wow.
Hajara's purse? Well, okay, I guess where, all this money
You
we're
have a
collecting
name.
is going into Hajara's purse. But I'm a sucker for words. And so I wanted to know what the meaning of Hajara was. So I reached out to my friend who's Muslim. I checked Google, but I felt I needed to hear what it
To be
meant,
sure.
yeah. And so she tells me, and I'm like, no, it can't be. You guys will not
Wow.
believe. The next day she forwards me a message and said, my Arabic teacher just sent this to me. Hajara means sunlight. And I think
Wow.
because I'm the sparkle queen, I talk about lights. I talk about lights. Like that is my brand. How on earth could God do this? A total stranger till
Dr.
today.
Yewan said goosebumps.
I'm telling you, till today, I've not met Hajara, and that's how Hajara's course was born. And God's so kind, because I had a lot of friends who were supporting, because they knew I was going to give money to. So we ended up identifying two organizations,
Mm.
Beyond the Classroom Foundation and Laurie Idahosa's IDP project, because she was also giving food to the IDP camp. And so that was it. By November 1st, we took it up to 20%. And so this is
Hey,
the beautiful thing. This is the beautiful thing. Every payment, any product, coaching. So when people pay me $5,000, 20%, $1,000 goes to Hajara's purse.
so now
And
you know why you have to buy into whatever it is that Naomi has to offer right now. You have a lot of promo going on. I know that because you see me, I keep looking this way. I'm trying to check the time, so Instagram doesn't throw us off without us, doing what we need to do. Yeah.
right,
Um, Of course, if you're in this group, you already know a handle. So that's not a biggie. You know a handle, you know how to follow Naomi already. And you have quite a lot going on in terms of giveaway. The African Queen of live streaming. Someone said that to me, that she's the African Queen of live streaming. Okay, yeah, I get it. We agree on that one. All right. Now let's talk about the packages that you have. Now I'm more interested now because I know that for every one of these, it's going to affect Hajara somewhere. One Hajara or another Hajara is going to get something out of it. So let's talk about the special packages that you have for now. And then you also give away a copy of my book, Queen Rita from the Rough Edges. So you're going to pick someone other than Dr. Jiwande to get a copy of that book. But let's talk about the packages you have right now.
all right, thank you so much. For this year's Black Friday, I mean, like it's been quite a year. We've been quite busy, but for Black Friday, I really wanted to do something special. And so we got together as a team and I said, if I could go back in time, if I could go back in time and look at my journey, what is that one bundle that I could, put together, and anybody who is just trying to start or trying to scale, showing up online and speaking or trying to
Right.
be visible, what could they possibly need in one place? And so we created what we call the Ultimate Brand Visibility Bundle. And it comprises of 3 checklists, video training, audio training, done for you templates. One of my favorite is Spellbound. So Spellbound is a video training that teaches you how to go live
I
and be
can't wait. Guys, I already have it.
yes, and be unforgettable. Then there is Fearless, because a lot of people come and say, oh, I'm afraid to go live. So there's an audio recording called Fearless. And Fearless is really about helping you overcome the fear of public speaking. Then I have another good one, Mind Switch. Mind Switch is when you want to go live. And the truth is, even the best of speakers get nervous. So we created Mind Switch. Mind Switch are 10 powerful affirmations for you to say to pump you up every time you want to speak. I can share one more. Another one of my favorites would have to be virtual stage mastery. Virtual stage
Okay.
mastery is how you can master the stage. And guess what? Facebook Live, Instagram Live, virtual stages are here. With the pandemic, there is
True.
so much
Zoom,
happening
all of
around the
them.
world. Zoom, webinars, master classes. Dr. Yawande says analysis paralysis is my issue. So we cover all of these myths and things that are holding people back. Limiting
Right.
beliefs are like the biggest issue. That feeling of, oh, can I really do this? Are people going to listen to me? People will
Mm.
listen to you. People will pay you. People
Mm.
like clients pay me as much as $7,500 and they're
Wow.
excited. Like it's an honor. It's like, oh my God, Naomi, I am so thankful. Like, do you understand what
Hey,
that is?
how can they get this package? I'm looking at the time. I need to save this video. Nothing should happen to it.
Okay,
How can we get this package?
so it even gets better. So the entire package is
And guys, what she listed is not up to half of what's in the package because
no,
we
it's
don't have
not.
time. And I
It's
don't want
not.
us to lose out, ending the show without really concluding. That's why I'm doing this.
Okay, thank you. So the entire value is $657, but we're doing 85% off. And so our Black Friday bundle offer is $99, which is just 38,000 naira for
Thank God,
all
it's not,
of
it's
those
not even
different.
black market rate you're using. You're such a good girl.
I mean, truth is, if I was to like uh, I people will not understand until when this package goes up, and then those who bought it now will come back to say, oh my goodness,
Why
like
didn't I? But
why
right
did
now the
like
package is up in your page, right? At
it's but
Naomi
but it gets better.
Osemedua.
It even gets better. It even gets better. So today is Small Business Saturday. So we also looked at the fact that some people might be feeling, okay, Naomi, this is great, but I don't need everything. I just
Yeah.
want to deal with fear. I just want to know how to captivate my audience. So
Okay.
because Small Business Saturday, we split up the bundle. So now you can actually go and you can just pick what you want.
Like
If you
a la carte, right?
yes, a la carte. You
Oh
just
my
go
goodness.
and pick what you want. If you want fearless, pick fearless. If you want the template,
Okay, guys.
the-
Go to
oh my God.
naomiOsemedua.com or go to our Instagram page right now and go to our bio and get the information. Naomi, we have 1 minute. Pick one person on our timeline right now to get a copy of my book, Queen Rita from the Rough Edges. The person is not Cassiana. The person is not
Dr.
Yewande.
Yewande.
The person is not Luciano because Luciano is like a ardent follower. So he's one when I had one of the guests on. I can't remember his name now. The
I
only
saw
guy on the show so far.
there's a Tamino Abraham. There's a Tamino Abraham. I picked Tamino Abraham.
Tamuna
There's a Tam
Abraham. You get a
yeah.
copy of Queen Rita from the Rough Edges, and that is my COVID-19 miracle. Actually, I wrote that book this year, launching next month. Thank you so much, Naomi. I don't know what made you say yes, but I'm so glad you said yes.
Thank you
Well,
so
thank
much,
you for being
guys.
here. It's been an
Send me a
amazing
DM.
session.
Send me a DM, and if you've got any questions about the packages, I will be more than happy to guide you. And I'm going live on my page now to take more questions. So go right ahead
Okay.
and join me if you're available. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Naomi. Thank you for coming through. Truly appreciate you. And everyone, thank you guys for being a part of this amazing conversation today. Truly love you. Mwah! Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for being a part of the conversation today. Please follow Naomi and see all the goodies you can get from her page. We'll be back with another exciting edition. Who will be our next guest? Anticipate. And thank you, guys. I truly appreciate you. We have to go before Instagram throws us off and we lose our video. Bye-bye.